All right, hello. My name is Slater Colt. For those of you who don't know me, I am an artist manager, a software developer, and overall business consultant, most specifically in the music industry. It's my first YouTube video. I haven't attempted this in like a year and a half. Some time ago, I definitely tried talking to myself about just I guess topics that cross my mind or that people want to hear me speak on. But I found that probably more effective talking to people in a conversation space. So here we're gonna try something a little different, and it's gonna be kind of like my day and what I'm working on. Whatever thoughts kind of come out of it. This will be like my personal vlog journal entry. Maybe along the ways we'll figure out how to add in videos of my day, or any moments that sort of stick out along the way. But yeah, here we are. So let's begin. All right, so we're back. Yes, so today I start off by hitting the gym. It's like one of the first things I did this morning. I also applied to a data platform engineering position at Warner Music Group. It's been pretty exciting. So for me, as an artist manager, not only do I focus on music with my artists and help them start out their careers and create roadmaps and development strategies and plans, it's also very imperative as a software engineer that I maintain my tech skills, especially in this now we're in 2025 where everything's becoming more tech enamored, whether you have AI, machine learning, big data. So literally how we interact and can even basically estimate. I don't want to say the word guess, but guess is like a lazy term. But it's really estimation and aggregation of where things are going to go next. So that's trend lines for music, fan interaction, and engagement with artists, as well as what are new revenue model entry points for the industry. So a lot of that is basically foretold in big data. And so companies have time to prep and analyze before they even unveil like a new product or a new service that not only can fans engage in, but artists can too. So you can't guess everything, but big data is a huge aspect of it, especially with consumer data. It's key, especially when running your own business or enterprise, whatever your aspirations are. So within that, Warner Music is looking for a data platform software engineer. So in data platform, a lot of it is ETL, so extract, transform, load. So meaning you're going to have data pulled from the source. A lot of music is metadata, so it's going to be metadata most likely on songwriters, on artists, publishers, and we're pulling that information over. You also have fan data, so phone number, emails, demographics, you name it, and pulling whatever might be of importance there. And so that's extract. So you're extracting, say, either data from PROs, which will be the songwriter and artist information, or you're pulling from DSPs, which might have more of the fan data because fans interact with your Spotify, Apple Music, Audio Mac, you name it, DSPs. Don't ask me what DSP mean. I can say that later. So, digital service provider. There we go. Cool. Got it. So, basically within that, okay, now we're back for the third time. We might actually do this 3 times because talking to myself is a little funky, especially as I try to remember these things. And even though I got my notes on my whiteboard right behind the camera, I really don't be talking to myself. I think we're all a little crazy. Talking to myself is not one of the things I'm crazy on. It's probably someone else. I don't really know. But yeah, probably how I mean thoughts and ideas I have, and I can talk really fast if I need to, but I'm not gonna talk fast. We're gonna talk slow, right? Slow, methodical. But yes, so extracting from your sources, whether it's the PROs or the DSPs, and then you transform that data. So now, basically from here, you would probably be assigning semantic values to whatever data that you're getting. So if it's names, if it's regions, phone numbers, again, like a lot of contact information, which is huge, and as well as demographics, so age, ethnicity, any cultural background information that goes into that too. Listening habits of generations, so based on age group as well, the genres, etc. And then PRO information, which again will be the metadata for the music being pulled. So that basically gets assigned to semantic data, so within the database. So that way everything has rows and columns and it all makes sense. So you're transforming the data, whatever it might mean for the company in use, which is Warner. And then L, right? ETL. So L is load. So then you load it into a new database or a new data warehouse, whether that's schema. A lot of times these days, we also have like Apache and other software tools out there that help you facilitate basic data loads, and for lack of better words, We have, Amazon AWS, so Amazon Web Service. You can definitely rent and facilitate as much storage as you possibly want on the cloud. Actually, a lot of databases are cloud ran to servers hosted by, Azure or Amazon. I'll say for me, personal preference, Amazon. Amazon is fantastic. They're great with small businesses and different enterprises out there as well. They scale tremendously. Amazon, in my opinion, is not going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, that's a little bit about that data platform engineering role. So again, hey, artist manager to software engineer to business consultant. I like to do everything, and that's actually the sweet spot for what I'm wanting to hit for me in my career. Having a passion in artistry. Obviously, for those who don't know, I'm a poet myself. I love poetry. It makes me so happy to write and express myself, as that's something very much I've struggled with. It's like between growing up, just even becoming an adult. So now finding poetry as an outlet, and even my artist will teach me how to make music. It's actually really fun. It's probably like one of the biggest joys of being an artist manager that we don't talk about enough. I don't know about what other managers do, but for me, I love it. It's very like a self fulfilling. Yeah, self fulfilling. So, but yeah, within that, like, working on music, even working with recording studios as a business consultant. So outside of that, I work with Mindful Music Lab down in Miami. So Brittany Berger, she is phenomenal, grade A, like leader, like hands down, amazing, like amazing person. And then up here in Atlanta, where I live, you can see like some trees out there. There's definitely some Georgia trees. They're a little frozen outside at the moment, but it snowed this past week. So it's supposed to get colder next week. Eventually, we'll heat up. I don't know when, but it's the South. It can't stay cold for too long. So yeah, so as a business consultant for recording studios, up here we have War Music Studios. I say Warm Studios, but there's already Warm Studios in Texas. We're working on the name, working on it, right? So Wealth and Riches Music Studios, though, with Davion and his wife Vegeta, they are phenomenal people as well. So we're actually building the studio from the inside out, like really tearing down rooms and putting equipment in, decorating everything to have a Dolby Atmos like studio. It's a lot of fun things. I know I'm like, this is my daily vlog, but this is how I talk. This is how I kind of like get used to being in front of the camera. I know I only have so many few minutes of your time, so I really appreciate you sticking with me on here on this in this journey for whoever watches this in the future. Whether you're an inspiring manager, an artist, a business consultant as well, whatever you do, just know like, hey, start somewhere. Like you see me, my Goku and Shinron Dragon Ball Z shirt, man. I got basketball shorts on, I got slides on in my bedroom that I really do leave unfurnished because I travel like 7 months out the year. This past year, I've been in Miami developing my team down there. So I live in Atlanta and I travel for business all over. So your life is whatever you want it to be, and just let it flow. Like it don't gotta make sense to no one else. It just has to make sense to you. And to me, that's probably been the biggest, ask of freedom I could ever really express. So, yeah. Beyond that, I had a phenomenal conversation today with Ben Schaffner over at Vidya. He was on the Four Bats team when Four Bats was coming up and surprising everybody. But I called him because I had a question about Spotify reps. A lot of people were telling me, Slater, you gotta get in touch with a Spotify rep and get your artists on, the editorial playlist and this that. And for me, I understand a lot of it is the data game, but it's not data, right? It's people. Everything's people. Everything's always gonna be people. So never forget that. And never let anyone really tell you anything different. So when your artist has enough fans, and I mean like active fans, and they engage with your artist very like passionately, you're seeing them stream the music, comment on everything, share, information about the artist to other people who are potential fans. Because again, your fans are gonna know. Your fans might even know your demographic of fans better than you do. Hopefully not the case, but in the beginning, that might be okay, right? Especially as you're growing and you're understanding what it's like to put shows together and create music, and you're seeing your fan base build as your music gets better. Ideally, make sure you develop. Development is everything. So within all that, though, a lot of people tell me, "Hey, get in touch with Spotify rep. Get your artists out there." It's like, okay, cool. Like at this point in time, January 2025, we are developing. However, we're at the tail end of our development plans. Like few more steps type deal, and I'm very excited to break the shroud that kind of like surrounds us in mystery. A lot of people don't know about Lucid Entertainment. They don't know LCD very well. They might know Slater Colt. They might know Mark Profit, Top Ramen, Rubber Band Shan, Joy Boy. They might know some people on the roster, and they don't maybe know how we all connect. But it's very much a record label management roster that we're developing from the ground up. It's been a good 4 years of working on this. and I'm just very excited to bring it to life in the world. Like, I don't know, it fills me with so much joy. So within all that, right? Let me pause and like get into the next like recording. Okay, boom, 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 boom. We're back, baby. Right, because it was getting to like 7 minutes. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to say I'm sorry, but like I'm not sorry. You're here. You want to be here. Nothing to be sorry about. I love it. Yes. So yeah. So talking Spotify rep, the main idea was building relationships. Not really that I had the idea to build a relationship with a Spotify rep to get in front of editorial playlists or even more to learn about the process. But in talking to Ben, he shared a lot with me that I believed to be true. I just didn't have confirmation of it because a lot of these things I don't trust your YouTube gurus. Not too much anyway, unless it's like something very like particular. Maybe something like I'm YouTubing or Googling on like the publishing end or just very something like minute. Um, so sorry, I'm getting notifications. Here is a reminder to make sure that you mute your phone when you are recording yourself. Please. Because I just, I didn't, now I did. Here we are. So, anyhow, so that was me being proactive with manager. Because if I didn't do it and I didn't try it, then I can't say I really took those steps, even if those weren't the right steps to take. I'm not afraid of that, and I think any great manager, like worth their like weight in gold or however you want to put it, like they're gonna figure something out, like regardless, one way or another. So I talked to Ben, and Ben gave me a lot of game, which I really appreciated, which again confirmed some inner thoughts that you can create conversations with these people and get their attention and do this or that. Which if something works out, great. If not, like no worries. That's how life is, right? Yeah, it means that's like the tree you're not supposed to bark up, in my opinion. So he told me that the best thing you can make sure you do is make sure that your artist is hot, right? I mean, he was probably the team that did four best. I don't know if it was management or whatever he worked in. I didn't really be able to ask because we were just having a conversation. But within that, it's like he's right. Like if you as an artist are not popping, right, and if you want to use this anecdotal evidence or conversation as evidence, it's like you need to have a four bats moment. We were all there when four bats like first song came out, and everyone's like, man, like the image isn't matching the music, but I like it anyways. It's really awesome. Like it's good. Like it's hooking me in. This sounds fantastic. And so we were all there when the records were being released, or first few, right? And he dropped his project last year. I haven't heard it yet. When you work in music, I feel like you don't get much time to listen to music unless they're like it's already in like rotation. Probably bad, but whatever. It's like I'm a classic person. I like classics and some new stuff, but whatever. Segue. So, and telling me that it's true. Like, yeah, like when it's time for you to pop off and really become like a viral hit or a moment or just having a fantastic catalog that builds fans and gravitates people to you, you're gonna know because you're gonna have the DSPs and the labels and everyone start reaching out to you like overnight. And the best thing you can have is strategy and game plan already mapped out and set out for you. Because if you're not prepared for all this attention to come your way from professionals in the industry and you're just very like uneducated on everything, it's gonna be very overwhelming, extremely overwhelming. But it's also gonna be really eye opening. And that's why I definitely like encourage everyone like find a mentor, find more people you can talk to and trust. If you guys have any questions, please always feel free to reach out to me. Like really DM me on Instagram, find my phone number, find my email, do something, man. Like if you're hungry enough, you will find me. Why? Because I've been in your shoes too to get to where I'm at, and I'm just gonna educate you. Like for me to say there's not much I can do for you, like I might be able to connect you with someone or whatever else, but overall, it's really like what can you do for yourself, and that's the most empowering advice I can really tell anyone. Because in day, I know that for me, the best thing I can do is just empower myself and my team with knowledge and information, and then take action. You can't be afraid to take action. Like for me, I'm not gonna say I'm a risky person, but I'm definitely not risk adverse in like a way where I get paralyzed by fear and like I don't know what to do next. Like I'm always gonna know what to do next because I think my way through it so well. And then I'm not afraid to take action when there is no plan. Like you have to know what to do with your artists. You gotta know what moments to create, why they matter. Definitely the amount of moments that matter for you in your career, they'll only get they only become more. And so it's like you gotta document everything. You gotta make sure you have everything. You gotta make sure why it's there, what it means, and how this gets you closer to your goal. Whatever your goal is, whether it's like a number mark or a moment or whatever it is that you're wanting to get to, you have to ask yourself, is the current objective in front of me, is it getting me closer or further away from my goal? If it's not getting you closer, it's not getting you right into the mesh of what you want to get to, it's effectively taking you away. And in the beginning of your journey, it might be good to like explore around a lot to get the experience that you need. But as you get closer to where you want to get to, you're going to be more on top of it naturally, right? So yeah, I mean that's pretty much been my conversation. That was my day. Apply to a job, have a conversation with Bid Schaffner, my bad. I also hit the gym. If you can't tell, I do look kind of scrawny. There'll be weeks or months where I just don't get time to hit the gym. So I'm doing better with that. 2025. I'm not one to post gym content, so you would just kind of see me like transform over time. You know how it goes. But yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm definitely gonna make more of these videos. I'll probably do more of a Slater Colt introductory video. I'll do more of these daily vlogs, just kind of journaling like what I'm doing, what I'm working on today. Top Ramen, he's at the gym right now, so when he comes back and showers and gets ready, we're gonna hit the studio. So I've been learning Pro Tools as well. So managers, make sure you know music. Artists really love it when their manager knows music, because if you don't know how to like record, really like load up Pro Tools and press free, if you don't know how to do that and how to comp and stuff vocals like properly, I don't know where you're at in your team building skills for really working with artists. I don't know. And it might be like, Slater, well, I'm more on the business side. The music stuff's a little like, eh. It's like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Now, like, if you want to become the greatest, you got to do all of it. And I'm telling you that up front. I think other people actually argue against me on that, but I'm pretty passionate for where I want to get to, and I aim for nothing less than the best. Like I will learn how to produce with my artists, learn how to record them, learn how to write with them, learn how to manage them, do the business, like everything to an excellent degree. And for me, obviously the business will have to come first because I'm the manager. But I shouldn't feel uncomfortable getting in the booth with my artists and help them track, help them do references, help them create. Because you have to understand, like when you're working with your artists, like it's a team thing. It's very much a team thing. It's team synergy, it's team focus, it's understanding what you're trying to get to, the emotions you're trying to convey, the stories, because all of it's personal. And when you have a relationship with your artist as a manager, like when you should, like saying an artist and your manager, like you should trust them. Like when I say relationship, I don't mean like romantic, unless that's your thing, but I don't encourage it. But you guys should be locked in. Like that should be your person. They're like, yo, I get how they think, they get how they think. Like we got each other's back. Because if you're going out in a war zone, like you gotta know how to maneuver. And if you can't trust each other, maneuver right, like it's only gonna create more headaches. Like, and I say that from my personal experience too, and a lot of things that I've learned over time. You just can't be afraid of learning. Like found air. Like you can't be afraid of losing. You can't be afraid of winning either. I've seen definitely people afraid of winning, which is crazy in hindsight, but I get it. We all come from different places in life and different walks. So in this lifetime, man, you got to prioritize your success, prioritize you, yourself, your health, and just bring it all back into the music. So I'm very excited to record with Ramen. He's absolutely a beast. I'm so hyped. So yeah, I'll just be sitting there recording, and then we're gonna get all our takes right and comp them together and start creating demos. So he's been stacking up on like 20 plus freestyles and records. So we're just laying all the vocals now. So yeah, really really happy. And I think that'll pretty much be my day. And making this YouTube video. So I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna put this out. I'm guessing we're gonna be at a 20-minute little vlog for the day. Whoever watches this, I hope you love it. I hope you like it. I hope you excuse my ums. I know I've said like 100 of them, but I'm just really here to figure out my flow and just be comfortable in front of the camera. I mean, practice makes perfect, but I also know perfect practice makes perfect, right? So my goal with this is to get better with editing. At first, it won't be a lot because YouTube can't eat up all my time until it gets to the point where I take it more seriously and I can give it more focus. But for now, I'm doing this for me and for everyone out there who may relate in whatever capacity that you may relate in. So, hey, I love you guys. I don't know who's gonna watch this, but just thank you. Me and my two pals out there, right? But yeah, it's Slater Colt. It's been real, y'all. I will keep y'all updated on everything coming forward. And yeah, I'm super excited and expect a lot more videos. I'm gonna do this for real. Expect some poetry too. I mean, I'd be like, Sarah, you're like moving like an artist. It's like, yeah, I mean, I move artists, right, for a living. But yeah, I definitely want to get some content going on. I really like how Samara Sen does her stuff. So huge respect to her. So probably like that, but like poetry, maybe some music behind it too, if I can like learn that and get that down. But yeah, I mean, end day you gotta do everything for you. So I'm doing all this for me, and I'm very happy. So thank you guys.